I am giving away an entire master set of Paldean Fates to one lucky subscriber. And if you want to win, all you have to do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel and then leave a like and a comment on this video here. Come back on February 9th. That is where we will announce the winner at the beginning of the video. Good luck. Day 28. We are on day 28. My voice already is starting to sound better. It's been a rough couple days. I didn't feel sick. I didn't really feel sick. A lot of people were like, feel better, Danny. I didn't really feel sick at all. I just when I get a cold, my voice just leaves. I don't know how to explain it. My voice just disappears. It's very, very strange. It makes me sound way worse than I actually feel. The last few days, I have felt fine for the most part, outside of like a little bit of a stuffy nose. I don't know why I'm giving you guys all the details. You definitely don't need them, but for some reason, I feel like I owe you guys an explanation, and you just want information about the general health of Fanny Dantup. I didn't feel that sick. I just lost my voice, and now it's starting to come back. So this will be better. We're on day 28. I told myself I was going to record some sort of content every day for the entire year. I don't know if we're going to get there. I honestly don't. We're on day 28 right now of either it's either been shorts, it's been long form content. We'll have lives back. We just had a live. We'll have lives every Wednesday, so that'll help. But we've made it to 28 days, which is really, really good. And we're going to talk today about Paldean Fates, which why not? We've only talked about it the last few days. Paldean Fates is a lot of fun to open. Better to open than what I thought it was. Honestly, I really thought it was going to be like you're going to get like 3 or 4 hits per an ETB, and it's going to be rough because the set is so big, and it's a tough master set. But pull rates are absolutely insane. Pull rates, you get 6 to 7 hits per Elite Trainer box, and there's only 9 packs. And I think people are downplaying how big of a deal that MSRP change is. That MSRP change is huge when it comes to your cost analysis. We're going to analyze the cost of over 2,000 booster packs that we open. So we've got the pull rate data. We've got prices associated. Prices have already been dropping like crazy for Paldean Fates over the weekend. A lot of baby shinies, a lot of full art shinies are really, really cheap already. And we'll have a full breakdown of everything in Friday's video when we come up to Friday, because I did screenshot everything to see what things looked like Friday morning on release. And there's already been some substantial drops, which you do get drops every single set release. This takes the cake. It's pretty big on a lot of these, but I think a lot of people are just opening it. A lot of people are having fun opening it. Why not? It's a fun set. But when you have 9 booster packs per Elite Trainer box compared to 10, that makes a huge difference when it comes to breaking down your cost analysis. So I'm going to flip you guys around so you can see exactly what I am talking about right here as soon as I can find my mouse. All right, so we've got our pull rate video here. There's going to be a lot of numbers here. I tried to color code things to make it a little bit more simple when it comes to breaking things down, but you see the first column there. So we've got everything separated like by rarity, which if you watch the pull rate video that we released on Friday, this is going to look super familiar. And then our pull rate basically is how many packs it took us to open that card. So we pulled 45 Fortress, and that means 1 out of every 46 packs we found a Fortress. But then I also added columns to get the breakdown of how much we spent to see how much how much we lost, basically. Because a lot of people ask me, hey Fanny, is it a good idea to open up a bunch of packs right when a set releases and sell the singles? It's never a good idea to open up a bunch of packs. Like, have fun with it. Open up packs. It's enjoyable. It's great. Like, chase things. But don't ever expect to make money. It is not going to be possible. It's never a great idea. This cost analysis breakdown is not going to have taxes. It's not going to have shipping. It's not going to have fees. It's not going to have any of that calculated whatsoever. And the only time it really makes sense to open up some packs is well before release date. So if you get product like a week before release and you can sell pre-orders, things like that, where some people will still take advantage of the pre-order pricing, that's the only time it really makes sense for a store to do it. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense ever. So definitely don't do it. Don't chase anything like that. But we also have the price breakdown of what these cards are selling for, as well as the total amount then that we would have not profited, but the total amount of value that we pulled of those cards. So Fortress EX, for example, we pulled 45 of them, a pull rate of 1 out of every 46 packs. It's a bulk card already. It's already selling for bulk EX value. That means in total we pulled $45 worth of Squawkabilly EXs. It's pretty bad, right? We're going to go through things. I'm going to go through things fairly quickly because I don't want to take up too much of your time. Everything, all the double rares that they have in the set, so all the regular art EXs are basically bulk pricing. Outside of like the Squawkabilly, which is $1.06, so barely. I mean, that's
minuscule. Like it's not even worth noting. And then the Charizard EX is $4.91, which is a little surprising. That's not that bad. A little bit lower than what I actually thought it would be because it is so playable. But again, fairly easy to pull the regular arts. There's a lot of them. They're all over the place. That one is $4.91. So if you look over here, basically, everything is just multiplied the quantity times the price, and that gives us the total of how much value we pulled of that specific card out of over 2,000 booster packs of Paldean Fates, and everything is basically just bulk. So the only card that really is going to stand out here is the Charizard EX that we pulled 29 of at a price point of $4.91. That means we pulled $142.39 worth of value of Charizard EX. If we look at the illustration rares right here, there's only 3 of them in the set. That's the Wugtrio, the Palafin, and the Palmy. These are all super cheap already. The Palafin is selling for $1.51. The Palmy is at $1.06, and the Wugtrio is already under bulk pricing at 97 cents. So that means in total, not a whole lot here. The Palafin, we pulled $105.70 worth of value. The Wugtrio, we pulled 39 of. That's $37.83. And the Palmy, we pulled $49.82. If we look at the ultra rares, the full arts, these are the full art supporters that are in the set. These are also very, very cheap already, and I just pulled these prices this morning. So these prices have already come down a lot from where they were on Friday. This is kind of like the bottom of the barrel pricing already, and they might go down even further. Who knows? Clive is already down to $1.06. Judge is at $2.99. That's the most expensive of all of the full art supporters, also probably the most playable. Nimona is $2.20, and then you have 2 different Paldean students. The first one is $1.18, and the second one is $1.86. So not a whole lot of value there. Then we have the hyper rares. The hyper rares are the hardest cards in the set to pull. This rarity in specific is the most difficult to pull. But again, not a whole lot of crazy prices or anything like that. So if we just stop at the top or start at the top and look at Wu Chine, first of all, that one is selling for $16.61. We pulled 3 of those. Chi Yu is selling for $11.40. Chine Pao is selling for $14.27. The most expensive of the bunch is Miraidon EX. That one is selling for $18.85. Ting Lu is selling for $10.47. And then the Koraidon EX is selling for $9.91. Going through the baby shinies over here, they're all starting to fall quite a bit. And I'm not going to go through every single one of these because there are so many baby shinies in the set. So I'm just going to kind of talk about some more notable ones like Scyther, for example. We pulled 10 of those. That was one of the baby shinies that we pulled more of, but that one is selling for only $3.20. The Vileplume is currently selling for $8.56, which isn't that bad, but for the most part, a lot of them are $1, $2, $3, and continuing to fall further and further down. We've got Snoover over here at $5.06. Arboliva is at $5.77. Charmander, one of the more expensive ones. This is the second most expensive baby shiny in the set currently at $21.95. Unfortunately, out of 2,000 packs, we only pulled 2 of those, so that means we've only got $43.90 worth of value with that one. The Charmeleon we did pull a few more of. We pulled 6 of those. Those are currently selling for $19.10. That means we've got $114.60 worth of value on that one. The Entei is selling for $16.21, and that was one of the ones that we pulled a few more of, so we pulled 7 of those. That's $113.47 right there. You've got $9.80 on the Slowpoke. You've got $11.24 on the Starmie. Everything else, basically $5 or less until you really get to the Pikachu. The Baxcalibur is at $8.11. The Pikachu, one of the more expensive cards in the set and the most expensive of the baby shinies. That one's selling right now for $34.35. The Raichu, not nearly as much, only about a third of the value of the Pikachu right there at $10.21. Unfortunately, we only pulled 2 of the Pikachus and we only pulled 3 of the Raichus, so we didn't pull a ton of those. Everything else on this list is only a few dollars, $3, $4, $5 around there. If we move over to this next column over here, again, nothing really worth noting. The Tandem Mouse is selling for $8.30. That's not too bad. The Snorlax still above $10 at $13.45. That is one of the more expensive ones. The Giraffare is selling for $8.80, but you can see here a lot of them that are $1, $2, $3, $4. The Paldean Woopers, a little bit more expensive, surprisingly, at $7.45. The Lucario, this is one of the more expensive ones. That one is selling for $17.15. The Lucario was the last card that we needed from the Master Set. Took us almost 1,400 packs to pull it. There's no reason. The thing that people need to understand is the variance when it comes to baby shinies is real. When you have over 100 baby shinies. So I made a post yesterday on Instagram just talking about how many Charizards we pulled compared to the amount of Riolus we pulled, because we only pulled one Riolu also. It's not necessarily a batching issue, although I do believe batching could be an issue, and it's not necessarily a regional pull rate issue, which I do also believe regional pull rates could be a thing. This is really more about variance. There's only like six or seven special illustration rares, but there's over 100 baby shinies. So you're going to have a lot of baby shinies that you pull 5, 6, 7 copies of, and then you're going to have a couple that you only pull 1, 2 of, because it is such a wide variance when you have such a big variety. That kind of factors into things, and that's really the most important thing to understand. $9.61 on the Surulage. We've got $10.69 on the Klefki. That's a little bit more expensive. The Spiritomb's at $8.28. The Mime Junior's at $7.20. $7.18 on the Kadabra. Other than that, everything baby shiny wise, $2, $3, $4, and some of them already less than $2. If you look at the full art shinies, those aren't really much better. Those have fallen quite a bit really fast. Look at the Fortress EX. That one is selling for $1.16. That's why it's really important. That's why I kind of told people, hey, wait for the booster bundles, or at least make sure you're paying less than $4.50 per booster pack on these, because prices are going to drop like crazy. And we had a really good indicator when we looked at Shining Fates. We looked at Shining Fates pre-order prices. We looked at Shining Fates 2 weeks after it released, and then we looked at Shining Fates down the road. If you look at it now, all those cards are $1, $2, outside of maybe the Charizard, which is still, an $85 card. Everything else very, very cheap. So take your time. This is a huge set, and if you really want to master the set, you can. It's no different than the saying of how do you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. Just taking things really slow. A couple dollars here, a couple dollars there. That's going to get you just about all the cards. The most expensive of the full art shinies, Mew EX, $11.34. Look at this Alakazam EX full art shiny, only $4.30 right there. You've got $6.73 on the Gardevoir. The Glamora's under $2. That one's only $1.37. The Pidgeot EX, that's another one that's the second most expensive one. That's only $6.42. So nothing too crazy there either. If we look at the special illustration rares, here's the ones that are a little bit more expensive. Specifically, the top 3 are selling for a bit more. The top 4, I should say. You have the Charizard, which has dropped. It hasn't dropped as significantly as some of the other cards. This one is currently selling for $148.19. If you compare that to the other cards that have released throughout Scarlet and Violet, this is the most expensive of all the cards so far. Whether it's going to hold that way, I don't know. It's already dropped down almost $50 over the past couple of days, sitting at $148.19 currently. Mew EX has moved up into the number 2 spot. When it started on Friday, I think this was 4th. Mew EX currently selling for $87.64. It's been relatively flat over the past few days. The Gardevoir is down to $65.27, and the Iono is down to $65.68. And then if you look at a few other ones, the Arvin is only selling for $14.80 currently. The Clive is only selling for $30.07. The Nimona is only at $29.11, and then the Penny is at $25.09. So these special illustration rares that take you 56 packs to pull are getting much, much cheaper as we go on. If you talk about 56 packs, the idea of doing that's $224 worth of packs right there, plus $225, $230 that you're spending just to basically pull one special illustration rare based off of pull rate. So what we did is we added this all together to figure the total value of how much we lost basically by opening up over 2,000 packs. And I'm not going to go through all the pull rate data with you because we already did that in Friday's video, and you can watch that if you so choose, or if you haven't already. But we opened up 2,070 booster packs. That's 230 Elite Trainer boxes. Again, pull rates are fantastic. But if you want to buy all of the cards that we just talked about, if you just go on TCG Player and you want to buy a master set right away, you're only looking at $1,239.08 to buy all of the ultra rares. And I know that's still a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but that is not too bad when you compare it to the amount of packs you will have to open in order to get a master set. We had to open up 1,392 packs just to get a master set. That's over $6,000. If we would have just bought everything, all the ultra rares outright, you're looking at $1,239, way cheaper than that $6,000 price tag for opening up almost 1,400 booster packs to get the master set. So if we take our value of pulls, if we add everything together, we pulled $7,325.08 worth of pulls out of all of those ultra rares. Yeah, I understand this isn't including the bulk, this isn't including the codes, this isn't including the ancillary stuff and things like that. However, that's not going to be worth that much. Outside of Iono, you're not going to have a whole lot of cards in the set that scream competitive. And since this is a reprint of the uncommon Iono, that's going to bring the pricing down not only for this one, but the pricing for the one from Paldea Evolved as well, where you're only going to be looking at $1, maybe $1.50 card once the dust settles. So it's going to be relatively cheap. It's going to be negligent as far as the additional value that it's going to put on these pulls. So $7,325.08, your cost at MSRP to buy all of these Elite Trainer boxes, if we value it at $50 a piece, these retail at $49.99. $11,497.70 is what we would have spent on Elite Trainer boxes to pull all these cards. That's a loss of $4,172.62. So we lost over $4,000 if we would have bought all 230 Elite Trainer boxes at MSRP. So if we would have went to Target or we went to Walmart and just cleaned out all their Elite Trainer boxes and bought 230 of them, opened them all up, we would have lost over $4,000. If you buy it at market cost, which is quite a bit cheaper, you can find Elite Trainer boxes for very cheap out there compared to what they're supposed to sell for. You can find them for, a case of them for $37 an Elite Trainer box. You can buy individual ones on TCG Player for $40, $44. That's what the market price is going for right now. So your market investment basically on 230 Elite Trainer boxes is this number right here, $10,143. So if we would have bought all of these Elite Trainer boxes at market price, it would have cost us over $10,000. We still would have lost $2,800.17. Luckily, we paid wholesale for all of these. And again, this is still going to end up being a loss once you factor in fees, once you factor in shipping costs and things like that. These aren't even posted on our website yet. We haven't even listed, just haven't had the time to get to it yet. But even at wholesale cost of $30 per Elite Trainer box, you're looking at $6,900 worth of an investment into buying all of these Elite Trainer boxes, all 230 of them. That means we are supposed to be profiting $425.08. Again, this isn't factoring in the additional pulls that we would have had, the bulk cards and things like that. But again, that's a negligent amount that we're going to be adding on to things. And if you factor in the shipping costs and the fees and the taxes and all that extra goodies, the labor, this is going to be a huge negative after the dust all settles. So just keep that in mind when it comes to your spending habits and things like that. You're supposed to have fun opening up Pokemon cards. It's supposed to be something that you get a lot of enjoyment out of. You're not going to enjoy it if you're losing a ton of money. Again, thank you so much for bearing with me while I continue to battle through my voice returning. I really appreciate you guys taking the time. I hope you enjoy the content, but I really wanted to break it down so you can get a good understanding of why it's not smart just to open up that much product. Like, have fun with it. If you have the money, go nuts. Like, enjoy it. Do what you want to do. But make the best decisions when it comes to mastering sets and spending your collection dollars and things like that. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you do, please hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a like. Leave a comment. Say feel better, Fanny. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon in a day. Until next time. Peace.